everybody, it is Liz with Liz Art Finds. We are here today with another haul video. It's a good one. I've got some great finds this week. And before we get to that, I've got a couple things I need to update from last week because I did get a couple identifications on some of the stone pieces, and unfortunately they are not what I thought they were. Most importantly, the one that I had on my cover last week that I said was potentially a rare piece of jade. I posted it in the antique Japanese and Chinese identification group on Facebook, and I was told, 1, it's not rare, 2, it's not old, 3, it's not jade. So I asked how they knew that. I figured I could share with you guys. They said no one would use a piece of jade, which is a valuable stone, for such poorly carved work. So this style of carving is apparently a little more new. And like I said, it was made as a pendant, right? I don't know by whom. I don't know any more than I knew last week, other than I know that it's not jade and it's not rare and it's not old. So it's probably not worth very much. So anyway, I wanted to update you on that. And then the other one, slightly better news on this one. I got a little more information on it. There was not a consensus on what the stone was. Some people suggested serpentine, some people suggested it was dyed. It doesn't look dyed to me. Someone suggested Dushan jade, which is it's not a true jade, it's actually a combination of feldspar and another mineral. Did I write it down? Epidote. Epidote? I don't know. And then it said with other minerals mixed in. So it basically talked about in a certain area in China, people used this type of jade, Dushan jade, for their carvings. So I'm more inclined to believe that that's what this is, but it could be anything. It's just not like true jade, okay? The other thing that I learned was it is not a food dog. I really don't know very much about this stuff at all, so I am learning tons, but it is so someone said it was a mythical creature. Someone called it a quillin, Q-U-I-L-I-N. But basically, the concept is that it was a good fortune indicating creature. And also someone said that the bat symbolized good fortune. Did I write that? Sign of good luck, sorry, good luck for the bat. So good fortune, good luck. So this is a very positive sculpture. So I feel pretty confident that I know enough about it to list it at some point this coming year. I do really like it, so I think I want to enjoy it for a little bit. But anyway, learned a little bit, wanted to update you guys on those two pieces. The cat will be in my cat sale, which will be happening sometime in May on Niknax.net. I don't have a date yet. Okay, let's move on. Sold. What sold this week? I only sold 3 things over on eBay. I sold this. I don't remember if we talked about this one last week. I don't think we did. This I had picked up for 49 cents. It was a Winnie the Pooh light, night light, and it sold for $10. I sold this Pyrex bowl. It's the smaller bowl. It was nested with green, like there was like the yellow and then like a yellow green and then a greener, kind of color. So anyway, this was the 441. I paid $2.99 for this bowl. It sold for $14.39. And then I sold my seasoned pottery mug, which I picked up for $2.79. These guys are worth between $85 and $100, brand new. I had it marked at $65. Someone offered me $30, and I decided I would rather have that $30 than wait for someone to offer more. And then if they want to go ahead and flip it, you know, let them do that. So again, I paid $2.79. 10 times that would be $27.90. They paid $30. I'm happy with the 10x plus on this piece. So this did sell for $30. So my total profit this week was only like $39, $38.97 on the 3 items. And like I said last week, I've got a lot going on life-wise right now, so I probably won't be listing quite as much. I do have an upcoming show on Saturday the 29th over on Niknax. It's part of the Itty Bitty train, so we'll be doing a lot of my little pieces, and I actually am going to show you a few of those that I picked up in an auction lot, and we'll go through that at the end of this video. I want to show you some of the cool stuff I picked up. There's some cool stuff, and it's always fun walking in to like Savers or Unique or a thrift store and finding some of these cool things for, you know, not a lot of money. So I got this really nice bullicante. This is controlled bubbles, paperweight, apple, beautiful, beautiful polished bottom. I don't know much about this particular one yet. I haven't been able to find this exact one. I paid $2.79 for it. Definitely 8 to 12. That'll go in my paperweight sale. It could go higher, just depends on what's, you know, who's in the room that day and who's bidding. But it's a really beautiful, beautiful apple paperweight. So I was really happy to find that for $2.79. Other piece I found, I found this painting on canvas from Haiti. And if you guys remember, I sold one that I found for a couple dollars that sold for quite a bit earlier in the year or end of last year. So this guy I only paid $1.74 for, and I believe it's worth at least $28 to $35. It's not framed. It is definitely older. You can tell, you know, kind of by the canvas and the frame and whatnot. Definitely got some age to it, but I don't know much about this particular artist yet. But I think at least 28 for sure on that. Potentially more. I found this little napkin holder. Don't know much about this either yet. It is folk art painted. It's that lacquer painted style, but there's no sticker or signature. It probably had a sticker on it at some point, but it's in really good shape. I paid $1.74 for it. It's probably worth, I wrote down 12 to 15. It might only be 8 to 12, but it's definitely worth more than the $1.74 as long as someone, you know, would like to have such a thing. It's really cool, and it's really, really well done. So I picked that up. I also picked up the sun catcher. Now these aren't worth a ton, but I like to pick them up when I find them. This has an owl sitting on a branch in what looks like a pine tree of some sort. Kind of hard to see. It's not signed, it's not stamped. I don't know the maker, so I'm going to call it 8 to 12. The others that I've had have sold around 11-ish. So that should be pretty, that should sell. I've got the glass sale coming up. I don't know if that's going to fit in my glass sale. I got to see what I have. I want to do my higher end glass in that glass sale. The glass sale will be April 6th. I think it's 7 or 7:30. I think 7:30 is when my spot is. That's going to be a big glass gallery. They do it quarterly over on Niknax.net. I'll have a half-hour spot there, and I will have some of the glass that I'm really excited about in that sale. So definitely mark your calendars for that. I'll put the time in the caption. Like if you hit the more button underneath the caption, it has like my shows and other stuff. Okay, so then I found a vase. It's Andrea by Sadek. It's not signed in any way, but when I Google Lens it, what comes up is Andrea by Sadek, and I believe that's Asian. I paid $2.44 for it. and it's worth 18 to 24. On the owl sun catcher, I don't think I mentioned, I picked it up for $3.49, maybe I did. $3.49, and that one goes 8 to 12. But this $2.44 should sell 18 to 24. It's in really, really good condition. There are some, what do you call it? Little like flea bites on the base, but the vase itself is in really great condition. So I decided that that needed to live with me. Then I found this thing, and I picked it up because of this really interesting lip. It's almost like a Jack in the Pulpit, but on a pitcher, which I thought was really interesting. The glass doesn't seem like it's anything special. The quality just seems kind of average, but I think people will like this. So I picked it up to put into my glass sale. This is the kind of thing that will sell. Alongside some of my higher end pieces. I want to have things that, you know, that I can start at a lower price. So I picked this guy up for $3.84, and he's probably worth 12 to 18, you know, just depends who's in the room at that day. It's got yellow, orange, and blue, and it's just fun. It's different, right? I mean, when I Google lensed it, I couldn't find anything that looked just like this. So it may be very unique, in which case that's a good thing, right? So then, all right, give me a second, I gotta bend over. Oh my gosh, this is big. This is also glass. This is fused glass. It is a salmon platter. It's got a really cool dichroic eye on it. Now this does have some use marks, like you can see like some knife marks. I tried to polish it as best I could. There's still a couple little surface use marks. This one I can't find either. I find other salmon platters similar size. I find one that's mounted like as a decor piece, so it's like on a stand, and that one went for hundreds of dollars. The ones that are similar but different, like clearly by a different artist, were in the like 49 to 80 something. What did I write down? I just wrote 42 plus. There were a lot of them listed and sold in the 80, 100 kind of range, but not this one. So I don't know, it's not signed, so it might have had a sticker at one point. I don't know who made it. I've got to do a little more research. There are two artists that I found that did similars, so I'm going to shoot pictures of this over to them and ask if it's theirs. I will let you know if I find anything else out. And if I do find the artist, that will help a little bit with identification and the price, the value. So anyway, there's that guy. I paid $6.99 for him, and you know, he's worth more than that. So pretty excited about that one. Then I found this Mary Gregory bell, and I picked it up because I had just heard about Mary Gregory in another show, and I'd never heard of Mary Gregory before. Now, this is a cobalt bell, cobalt glass. It does have one tiny little chip somewhere on the bottom, like back. Yeah, it's kind of a big chip, right? So I picked it up because number one, the sticker was over the chip. I didn't see the chip. Number two, I was like, oh, I recognize that. That's Mary Gregory. So I did a little bit of research, like what is Mary Gregory? Is that a person? Is that a style? So apparently it's both. So Mary Gregory was born in 1856 in Providence, Rhode Island. And she lived to, let's see, she died in 1908, so she didn't live very long. She was an American artist known for her decoration of glass products at the Boston and Sandwich Glass Company in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. She worked there from 1880 to 1884, only 4 years. She painted lamps and plaques of landscape scenes during her years there. She was particularly well known for her paintings of Victorian era children, and such artwork has since been referred to as Mary Gregory since the 1920s. So Angela Bowie in the Glass Encyclopedia describes the distinguishing features of Mary Gregory style glass as stylized white enamel painting, usually of a child in an outdoor setting. Okay. Playing with such things as butterfly nets, bubbles, fishing rods, or hoops. The trees and foliage often have a typical feathered style. You can see that pretty clearly here. Okay. And the figure is oddly old-fashioned in its proportions, and the enamel is fired onto the glass. So that would be Mary Gregory style. And then it says the Westmoreland Glass Company in Pennsylvania began marketing their glasswork as Mary Gregory in the 1920s. They would create glass paintings of Victorian era children in profile and say it was done in the style of Mary Gregory. And then Westmoreland was done on black milk glass. And then it looks like in the 70s, they did blue mist, opaque glass with a baby blue tint, et cetera, et cetera. But very, very interesting. So Mary Gregory, the artist herself, only worked for 4 years, 1880 to 1884. And I don't think she personally ever painted bells, at least not from what I read. So this would be cobalt glass bell in the style of Mary Gregory. Okay, really, really interesting. So I paid $2.09 for her. She's not worth a ton. This was more of a learning thing, and especially without, with that chip. Normally worth 6 to 8. Bells themselves don't sell very well. Again, I picked it up because I recognized the Mary Gregory and I wanted to learn a little bit, and I did. So kind of fun. Like I said, I paid $2.09 for it. I'll probably get $4 out of it maybe. At least I'll start it at an auction at $4 and see what happens. But kind of fun. So that was a fun little piece. And then I found this green vase here with a ruffled top. One place listed this as anchor hocking. May or may not be, I'm not sure. I paid $1.74 for it. They sell 8 to 12, possibly 6 to 12, but it's in great condition. No issues with this piece. Really nice little bud vase if you're looking for a little bud vase. So it's kind of fun. And then I picked up a baggie. It had 2 things in it. One thing was nothing, and I'm going to donate that back. But this was also in there, and this is the reason I picked it up. Now, when I Google Lens this, it lists as Murano. I also saw some in a different colorway that were listed as Empoli. I'm not sure I trust either of those. This was listed as V Nason Murano. So my guess is if it is Murano, it's later, like 80s or 90s Murano. But this is molded. They all look exactly the same except for the pattern in the glass itself. But it does have that copper aventurine in it, which I think is what's leading people to believe that it is from Italy. Don't know much about it really. I paid $3.49 for it, and the solds on these are 18 to 35. So I think this was a good pickup. It is glass, may go into my glass sale. If not, it'll go into a different glass sale. I don't think I'll be putting that on eBay. We'll see. We'll see. I gotta see how things play out for the for my glass sale. Like once I have the best things listed for this coming sale, then I'll figure out the rest. Okay, then this is a fun one. I actually bought something on Whatnot, which is another platform like Niknax, where people do live auctions. And I just happened to be popping into one, and this guy was available, and I probably paid what he's worth, but look at that face. Look at that face on that cat. This is amazing. So he was hand painted. It says hand painted in Kashmir. Okay, so this is from India, I believe, or near India, if not in. I'm not real great with my geography, but it is somewhere over that way. But look at those eyes. It's almost like anthropomorphic. Like it just looks so, I don't know. There's something about this. So I bought it. And I think the $18.20 that I paid, I think that includes the shipping. I probably only paid like $8 or $12 for him, but because, you know, I added in the tax and the shipping when I put down the number on this sheet. And he's probably only worth 18 to 20, but I had to have him for my cat show. I had to have him. So anyway, I got him. And then I think I'm going to skip ahead and come back and do the auction stuff last. So then a couple days later, I went over to Unique and I found 3 things. I bet you'll never guess who made this. So this is another Peggy Karr. I cannot leave them when I find them. And I seem to find a lot of Peggy Karr in my area. So this is a huge wine and cheese platter. It's, as you can tell, very large. I paid, let's see, I paid $6.39 for this one. And the solds are literally all over the place. Starting in 2021, there was an $18, a $19, an $89, a $59, $29. So the average comes to like 43. I wouldn't list this lower than 69 to start with, or 59 maybe. It'll probably sell in the 39 range. But again, we'll see. This is an eBay piece for sure. It's so big. I haven't tried selling pieces this big on Niknax yet, so I'm just not sure how well they would do. But this one will go up on eBay at some point this year. I'm not sure when. But I was really excited about that. Then I found this amazing, like, look at this piece. So this is iridescent glass. I don't know who made it. It's black glass. It's not amethyst. If you hold it up to a light, it doesn't look purple. It is black glass with this amazing iridescent swirl on the outside. Probably would have had a sticker. I could not find a signature on it. I love it. This will be in my glass sale for sure. And I paid $5.19 for this. It's worth 18 to 24. So that's a really fun one. And then I just picked up this little embellished wine bottle. Now this one is not worth very much. This is a flattened wine bottle that was then embellished with some decor, and then they actually used cork for the feet on the back, which is kind of fun. These sell without the embellishment for like 8 to 12. So I think with the embellishment and with the cork, it'll probably be 12 to 18 for that piece. It's basically just a little cheese board. You can use at your wine and cheese parties, but I just thought it was really cute. So we picked that up for $2.39. Like I said, he's worth 8 to 12 without the embellishment, so 12 to 15 or so with. And then I found 2 more things at another place I stopped. I got this glass wishing ball. This is another one by Jill Henrietta Davis. She makes these wishing balls. She's based in Rhode Island, and it's like a glass float, but it has this hole in it. And what the hole is for like little pieces of paper, and you put your little wishes in there and you curl them up and you put them through the hole. And this just becomes a desktop, accessory or decor, or just, as is, decor piece. And the artist is Jill Henrietta Davis out of Rhode Island. So I sold my last one for $16.99. I paid 99 cents for this, so it was an easy pickup for me. They're probably worth 15 to 24, and like I said, my last one sold for $16.99. So that was fun. And then I picked up this, I don't know if it's a drinking glass, if it's for a candle, if it's a vase. It could be any or all of the above, but it has a cat on it, and I have a cat sale coming up, so I picked it up. I paid $1.99 for it. It's, I don't know, like they have similar ones. If I do a lens search, I don't see one with this image, but I see things that are this size with other things on them, and they sell around 8 to 12. I didn't see this exact one, and I don't know, but I'm gonna call it 8 to 12 on that, and he'll be in my cat sale. I'm working on trying to find 100 cats to sell them all, maybe even find more. We'll see where we get. And okay, so I have a couple auction lots. I did not win any of the lots with cats. for this particular week. I did find this really cool. Now this was one lot and it had 3 things in it. So it had this fused glass dish, and I just thought it was really cool with the dichro, and it's a matte dichro. So it's a different look than I'm used to. Like the finish on this is matte, like it's not shiny and glossy. And it's got the fun dichro, and it was cut in a way that it seems to have been cut from one piece of glass, because the way that the colors kind of go from piece to piece, like they were meant to be together. So anyway, that was a really fun piece. So that came with, hang on, in the same lot, 2 slumped, I believe they're candle holders. Now these are actually not matte, they're glossy on the inside. But I would envision this for like a votive candle or 2. And that's what these are, just a simple piece of glass that was created. So basically you would take a regular glass, you would take your square piece of, actually this was not square, this was a triangular piece of glass that they used, and you would basically place it on top of your cylinder, whether it's a glass or whether it's a piece of plaster, like plaster of Paris. I think that's what they usually use for molds for ceramics, or for glass or ceramic, something that can withstand the high heat of the kiln without disintegrating. So probably some sort of a ceramic type thing. But anyway, it would be round. You would put your glass on there, you would fire it up, and it just slumps to, you know, kind of take that shape. And then this was probably added. I don't know how they would do that, honestly, because the glass, you'd have to heat the glass up in order to bend it. So I'm not sure how that was done. So it's cool. So anyway, the 3 pieces together, okay, I paid $6 for the 2 candle holders plus this 1 piece, okay? So I think that was a decent pickup. I have absolutely no idea how much they will actually sell for. I wrote 12 to 18 for the set. I think that is very conservative. It could be more. I'm just not sure on where that would go, because again, the value is whatever someone wants to pay for it. So we'll have to see how that goes. And then the last thing I picked up was a lot. I paid $9 for a lot, and I believe, I don't know how many pieces are in there. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, because it's 18 pieces, because I allocated 50 cents to each piece. So it was 18 pieces. And it's a lot of things, and they each have a value between $6 and $8, some more, and some maybe more. And I'm going to show you the one that's really interesting right now first. If you look this guy up on the internet, you do a Google search for this dude. He's supposedly from the 1960s or 1970s, from China, and it's listed as like a rebellion figure. There are 2 that are currently listed, none sold. 2 listed, one for like $380 and one for like $1,300. Do I think he's worth either of those? I don't. I think I can probably sell him around $12 to $18, but I need to learn more before I try to sell him. Like I said, there were no solds that I could find. But he's interesting nonetheless, and he's in perfect condition, and he was part of an auction lot of figurines. So someone who dropped him off at the auction house thought that he had some sort of value. So again, 50 cents I paid for him. I don't know how much he's worth. I truly do not know, but probably more than 50 cents. So there was him, and then there were these 2 super cute little teddy bears. I think I wrote them as pandas. They're just so cute. So these guys, it's like cryptomeria is what the keyword seems to be for this. I don't know what that means, if that's an artist or a style. I paid 50 cents. I combined them together, so this was 50 cents. And the pair would be selling for 20 to 24. So each of these pieces is 10 to 12 or more. Some of them where you would get just one sold for 24. So I'm saying these two together are 24. They may even be a little bit more. So they're just super cute. So from the 1980s on those, at least from what I could find. The next piece in this lot is this little panda. He's otagiri from Japan. Okay, and again, 50 cents I paid. He's worth 12 to 18. I'm not sure I can get that much from him. I'd probably get closer to 8 on him. But look at those eyes. So cute. He may be in the miniature sale. I'm not sure. I got to see what else I have because I've only got a half an hour for that. I've got these little dance figurines, flamenco dancers. All right, they came in the lot as well. These are called Spanish mud people. And the listings for Spanish mud people right now are 12 to 18 for the pair. So that's cool. I got a small Siamese cat with a repaired tail. So I'm not sure I can sell him because his tail, you can see it was broken off and someone glued it back on. So I would need to disclose that. I would probably try to sell him for $1 if anyone was interested. Then check this piece out. I love this so much. It's this little bull. I've seen these listed as Nepalese, like from Nepal, and I've also seen Tibet. And it's a brass figurine. And then the colored stones, people have listed coral and turquoise. And then I saw one listing that said faux coral and faux turquoise. So I'm not sure. He's missing one stone right here. I was thinking about taking one from the bottom and putting it on top, but I think I will let whoever ends up owning this beautiful bull, let them do that. I paid obviously 50 cents. He's another one that is 12 to 18, but he's really cool. So that was fun. Then I found this guy. Well, I didn't find him. He was in the lot. He came with all the things. And he's a small wooden figurine carved, Japanese. And I need to get more information on this. I found a couple online that were listed as Okina Noa or No. And the listeds on these guys are like $30 to $50, but I didn't see any sold. So again, I would call it 12 to 18 until I can figure out more information on him. I probably won't list him yet until I can get more info. Then talk about miniatures. This will be in my miniature sale. This is a Hayden Reneker rabbit. Oh my gosh, there he is. He's so cute. He's so cute. From the 1950s, again, paid 50 cents. The solds on these are 12 to 15, some higher. So super cute little dude. So he'll probably be in my miniature sale along with this adorable fox. Now this one is Japanese. He's just a little fox with a cute little grin. And he's in the 6 to 12 range. Okay, he's not any particular name brand that I could find. Then I gotta show you these guys. I got a couple kokeshis. And these are cool. They're like bobblehead kokeshis. And they come with a baby. So this one has a little baby here. And then I got the lady. Let's make sure I turn her face frontward here. She's also a bobblehead. Hang on. So she's got the kimono, but this is the front. So that's her. And then she also has a little baby in here. So I've seen people selling just the one with the baby, and then I've seen people selling together as a set with just the two babies. Each one would sell between 8 and 12. So those are just really fun. And then there was this single little kokeshi dude. I don't know if this was supposed to go inside other nested ones, but it says Hatobus on the back. I've got to look that up. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So I'm going to call him $4-ish, maybe $2. I don't know much about him yet. Then there was this stone elephant. This is like the lot that keeps on giving, right? So this carved stone elephant. Again, don't know much about him at all. I've got him listed as $6 to $8 because I really just don't know anything about him. I got this inlaid elephant, and this is fun because the inlay is all kinds of fun stones. There's like malachite. I know that's malachite there. I'm not sure what all the other stones are, but they're super fun. So that's a fun little one. I don't know how much he's worth. I'm going to call him 12 to 18 as well. If you guys know any different, comment below, let me know. Then there was this one, and I thought she was Dutch, and when I looked her up, and when I turned her over, it says Japan, and it actually was listed as a milkmaid figurine from Japan. And the solds on this are in the $6 range, $6 to $8 range. Similar but different. This one is either Russian or Ukrainian. All of the listeds on this guy are, or this couple, are all in a different language. So the listings seem to be in Russia and in Latvia and Ukraine were the three that I found. There is writing on the back. It's in another language. I don't know what it says. Again, I paid 50 cents for it. We're going to call it 8 to 12. It could be higher. Listeds are higher, but I did not find any solds. So it may not be that high either. I found this camel, which at first I thought might be ivory, but it's definitely plastic. So this is a celluloid carved camel. I found some that were listed as charms around this size, and they're selling around $5. There was a pair that sold for 10. And then the last piece in this lot, her hat just fell off, was this figure. And I was just going to throw this away because I'm not sure what she is, but then I found some listings. So it was like a plastic woman doll with cape, and $4 to $6 on that. So I think that is all of the things. I wish I had more information to share about some of the artists or some of the figurines, but you know, the research takes some time, and sometimes it's, especially with the older things, it's not always that easy to find the info. So anyway, thank you all for watching and following along. And again, apologies for the misrepresentation last week. I was so sure this was jade. And I mean, I really was sure, but apparently it's not. So you live and you learn, and he's adorable, and he'll be in my cat sale in May. So anyway, yeah, so next week, the Itty Bitty train on the 29th of March, and then I will be in the glass train on the 6th of April. And then I'm not sure what other live shows will be next, but I'm sure there will be some. So just watch my Facebook. I'll try to list it on my Facebook group, Liz Art Finds. I think that's all. So have a wonderful week, everybody, and we will see you next week with another video. Bye.